What's going on? Want to squeeze a stream in real quick. We had some news that came in, or a rumor that came in today that the Detroit Lions were trying to actually trade down. They was trying to trade down with the Atlanta Falcons. Not saying it's actually going to be factual, but let's talk on it. Appreciate everybody for showing love. Appreciate everybody for chiming in, checking in. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. Y'all know what the business is. It's Motor City Sports Talk. And we're gonna talk some Detroit Lions. And like I said, if the Pistons make the playoffs, I'll be going live for Pistons games. Next season, I plan to go live for every Detroit Lions game. That's the plan. Um, Even if it's from the stadium or something like that, we got to figure some things out. If I choose to go to some games, or I might have somebody stand in, or you never know what can happen. So, once again, I appreciate it. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email as well. Business question, inquiry, sponsorship, and video requests. And yeah, we moving, man. Yeah, y'all see I got the little Michigan thing back there. And my wife's dog. We call him Butler Squishy Paw. So yeah, I have a stuffed animal collection on my side. Majority of the stuffed animals are not mine. But yeah, anybody out there that got a significant other, you know that women take up all the space. But that's a totally different question for another day. Once again, I appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure y'all share the video. It's the best way you can help your boy out. And yeah, we working, man. Pretty much the Lions is a hypothetical out there saying that the Lions are thinking about moving back to take a tight end. Either they're happy with TJ Hawkinson or they're happy with Noah Font, both from Iowa. Noah Font is 6'4", listed at 6'4". Hawkinson is listed at 6'5". Hawkinson does everything. But and I'm gonna give my take on the whole tight end talk, and I'm gonna talk some receiver talk as well, since that's kind of been, the little bit of talking around the Lions threads and stuff of that nature. But I'm not mad if they do trade back, but I just look at like who could be there at their number 8. I mean, today in somebody mock draft that, excuse me, somebody mock draft Quentin Williams fell to the Lions, and Quentin Williams is a possibly once in a generational type talent. I mean, you just go there and we just look up a mock draft. Let's just look up a random mock draft, CBS mock draft maybe. Give me a minute. Let's see what pop up in the search engine. Trying to see. Let's go to CBS because they popping up everything with the Redskins and everything else. So we're gonna look at R. Wilson's mock draft. So he got Kyle Murray going 1, Nick Bosa going 2, Josh Allen going 3 to the Jets, Quentin Williams going 4 to the Raiders, Devin White, the linebacker, they got him going number 5 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dwayne Haskins number 6, number 7 Montez Sweat, and at number 8 they got the Detroit Lions. Metcalf, get the fuck up out of here. What's going on? Why do y'all like Metcalf so much, bro? Has anybody done the homework on Metcalf? And I'll talk about Metcalf in a minute. They got the Lions taking Rashawn Gary, which I don't think is going to happen. Obviously, we got Brian Burns, an edge rusher that's there. Devin Bush still there. TJ Hawkinson, they got him going 12 to the Green Bay Packers. So, Jawan Taylor going, the offensive lineman going to Florida. Ed Oliver dropping to the 49ers at 14. Marquise Brown, they got. I don't know about this dude's mock draft, so I want to just check out other people's mock draft. Yeah, they got trades and everything else in there. So his mock draft. These mock drafts all over the place. They got Sweat dropping down to 24 in this one. Dexter Lawrence. But the point of it is that the Lions are in a good position to get a rusher, a pass rusher, a good defensive player, quarterback. But apparently, in a lot of these mock drafts, Noah Fant, well, one, he won't beat her at he won't. I mean, TJ Hawkinson won't beat her at 14. The Green Bay Packers, in 2 mock drafts I just look at, they got them taking TJ Hawkinson at 12. They might be happy with Noah Fant. They got him going a little bit later, but that's just the whole thing about it. So I don't know exactly, who's going to be there, who's not going to be there. And we'll see draft night. Like I said, I think Drew Lock might sneak up there. Will Greer might sneak up in the top 10. I'm hearing Skip Bayless push for him. So just looking at what can happen, I think if the Lions really want TJ Hawkinson, they might have to reach at number 8 for him. Period. They might have to reach for him at number 8. Trading back, just say, okay, if you trade back and you find with Hawkinson, you find with Noah Fant, Noah Fant, cool. You probably can get Noah Fant. But apparently, the Redskins and the Packers and a few other teams might be looking at Hawkinson and Fant. You might trade back and not get neither one. So I think if you really want a tight end, take him there. Take him there at number 8. But I'm not opposed to the Lions moving back. But you got a top 10 pick. But then again, they can gain a late second. They can gain another third. So I kind of like them moving back because they gain the assets. Bob Quinn has been money in the 3rd and 4th round. Not so much the second with Tease Tabor, Ashawn Robinson being blemishes on his resume. But he been really killing it in the middle rounds. He really been killing it in the middle rounds. So I just can't get mad at him. You know, if he do trade down to get a middle round pick or a 2nd round pick, it makes a ton of sense. But my whole thing about it is that they're happy where they at in the defensive line. Maybe they feel like they can find another defensive lineman late in the draft. George Morgan, salute. Yeah, no Metcalfs, please not. So I'm cool. I'm cool with them moving back. I'm cool with them taking Hawkinson right there. If you evaluate, you feel Hawkinson or Noah Fant will be good. I'm cool with them moving back if they feel that they can get Fant. But what happens if somebody get Hawkinson, the Packers take Hawkinson? What happens if somebody trade up in front of you and then they take Fant? Now you move back to 14, you know. What if you don't get the guy you want? You know? But then again, that's what you got a big board for. So the Falcons must really like somebody there at number 8. May it be Sweat, Rashawn Gary, maybe Quentin Williams falls. They must really like somebody at the number 8 spot. But it seemed like Irv Smith Jr. I like him, but he's slow. I mean, not slow. He's small, like 6'2"ish. So you know you got to make sure he a dog. And I know Aaron Hernandez. You know, rest in peace for him. Was a smaller tight end, and he made shit work. You know, so I like Irv Smith as well too, but he ain't no first rounder. You looking to get Irv in the 2nd, so we basically moving back in y'all scenarios, and Boog Spray and George Morgan, we move back, take a probably offensive lineman, a D lineman. I'm not sure what else they're looking for to have, but looking at their needs, if we move back and Devin Bush is there, I take Devin Bush. Or if Devin White is or Bush, whatever his name, I get Devin and Derek Bush, whatever their name is, or Wife LSU there, I can get them. I don't think they're gonna go for a receiver. Jace Stenberg is a receiver, right? I'm not sure about them. They need a receiver that high, but the holds for me is they need linebackers bad. I don't like Kennard. I don't know why he good. I'm not saying I don't like him, but I don't like Christian Jones like that. I don't like Jared Davis like that. They like each one of their linebackers are questionable. Then again, cornerback, in my opinion, no matter how they try to, throw some goulash together and just throw some shit in there, hopefully something come out good out of it. I'm not liking the cornerback position. That's still an option. Defensive line is still an option. Um, you know, so tight end, my bad, bro. I thought you were talking about old boy from Massachusetts, UMass. So I'm looking at it, but they want somebody to come in and start right away. That's the thing about it. So, but I'm just looking at what they can use if they move back and they don't get a tight end. So what could you offensively? They need a right guard. They got a right tackle and waiting in Terrell Crosby. They won't take a running back that high. They won't take another receiver that high, I don't believe, unless they really felt good about it. So really, right now is what? Hand, Robinson, Flowers. They you say those are 3 starters right now, right? Why not add another defensive lineman or a pass rusher in there? You got Farrell from Clemson. Let me see what you got there. Rashawn Gary is still there. You got a few linebackers that could be there. So you never know what can happen with the linebacker with White and Bush. Ed Oliver can be there. Somehow he can slide. Maybe people just don't think he's big enough. So I mean, at the same time, it's some stuff there. They already got the Lions in the trade. The Lions trading back to 14. You know, with the Atlanta Falcons. So you got Farrell that can be there. You got some offensive linemen. Bush that's still hanging around in most drafts. Fine. Once again, he could be there, not be there. Byron Murphy is another guy a lot of people tend to like. Um, so it's tough. It's really, really tough, man, to really look at the situation and be like, what can we take? If it was me, if I moved back to 14, I would just, if I felt strongly, let me just say this first. If I felt strongly about Hawkinson, seriously, if I felt really strongly about Hawkinson, like they feel about Hawkinson, I'm taking Hawkinson at 8. I'm taking TJ Hawkinson at 8. If I felt that strong about TJ Hawkinson, I'm taking him at 8. If I feel like I can roll with Hawkinson or Noah Fant, okay, I move back to 14, get another pick. If you can gain another pick in this draft, late second or third, that's huge because Bob Quinn has been really, really good in those drafts. I don't understand where's the receiver talk coming from. I mean, do y'all not know the Lions do got Galladay, they do got Jones. They picked up Danny Amendola. They didn't sign Dontrell Inman yet, but they also got Brandon Powell. So, I mean, where's the need for a receiver at? At least early in the draft. There's no need for a receiver. They've addressed it already with Danny Amendola. They've addressed it already with drafting Brandon Powell. They got Marvin Jones on the roster. They still got Kenny Galladay on the roster. Who starts at tight end for you? Mike Roberts? Toyota, that's what I call him. Jesse James? Gotta ask yourself. But I'm not opposed to them trading back and taking Hawkinson at all. Hawkinson is said to be an all-purpose tight end, block, Gronk 1.5 or 2.0, whatever they want to call him. He ain't the flashiest, he ain't the quickest, he ain't the fastest, but he's a complete tight end. He can block, he block in the backfield. He can break on, he can get out of breaks on the routes. He's probably strong enough to get off jams. So that's what we're looking at. You talking about Noah Fant? Obviously the 4.56 or the 4.55 he ran. A lot of people love that about him. But then again, remember you had another guy that was just as athletic as Eric Ebron. And people say, well, Ebron was dropping the ball, but the Lions not tight end friendly. They never showcase Ebron's speed. And that's my question. If you take a tight end this high, are you going to showcase him in your offense? It's the question. Because all they did with Eric Ebron and Pettigrew and Fourier was a red zone threat. All they did was run him on the same lazy drag route, the shallow crossing route, and then they would have them bootleg and the quarterback a bootleg and then roll to the flat. They roll to the flat, or they run a little dig route over the middle. It was no exposing the coverage in zone coverage between the safeties and linebackers. It was never putting the running backs on the post down the middle. I mean, the tight ends on the post down the middle. They weren't running double moves like with Ebron or a post corner with Ebron. They didn't let Ebron get vertical and run the skinny post. They didn't run a real route. They didn't run them on comeback routes for people to respect his speed. People say, well, Ebron didn't catch the ball. Of course, Ebron is not a catching traffic tight end. He's not a tight end that's going to go over the middle and catch it. Ebron is a Ferrari. He's a flashy tight end. Ebron likes to get vertical. Wheel routes, seam routes, post routes. He needs to run those type of routes. That's what Ebron is good at. That's what Ebron is 100% good at. 1 second. He's good at running those type of routes. Vertical routes. He's a tight end that get vertical. That's what it is. He's a tight end that get vertical. When's the Lions ever featured a tight end getting vertical? Never. They don't send their tight ends down the field to go catch the ball and showcase their speed. Even Luke Wilson last year. Luke Wilson was a good receiver. He was a good guy down the field for Russell Wilson. Did they feature Luke Wilson's speed last year? No. And then you come in and say, well, Darrell Bevell would be different. Well, Darrell Bevell had Jimmy Graham and didn't do nothing with him in Seattle. They couldn't even find a way to get him the ball. Probably one of the reasons he did get fired out of there. You continue to go on. I don't know who the tight end was and with the Vikings. I don't know who their tight end was when Brett Favre was there. Tavares Jackson, Gus Varad was there under Darrell Bevell. So what is the plan going to be to showcase the tight end? Because we're not taking the tight end at number 8 for him to block. You know, he need to go out there and do something. Remember, tight end is a tough position to transition to. You got to learn to block. You got to learn to block from the backfield. You got to learn to block from the end of the line. You got to learn to play the slot today. You got to learn the route combinations. You got to learn the route from the line. You got to learn how to run the routes, the routes in the slot. It's just not a position to easy translate to. We're talking about some of the greatest tight ends of all time. Most of them was drafted outside the first round. And let me just give you a list. 1 minute. Most of them was drafted out of the first round. Jeremy Shockey was a guy. They don't have their draft information there. I don't think he was drafted in the first neither. No, Tony Gonzalez. I'm not sure what. Let me see what Tony Gonzalez. A lot of people wrote best. I don't know. This dude keep riding this damn fucking thing up the street, whatever you call it, damn moped. Go, you're a grown man. Get you a real car. Okay, he was a first round draft pick. Tony Gonzalez was, but if you go, Gronk wasn't the first round draft pick. Shannon Sharp wasn't the first round draft pick. Antonio Gates wasn't the first round draft pick. So a lot of these dudes that turned out to be good tight ends wasn't first round draft picks. Jimmy Graham wasn't the first round draft pick. So that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, a lot of times you find value in tight ends from the second on back. So that's just my personal opinion on it. But if you feel strongly about Hawkinson, draft him. Draft him. You can't let your past always determine your present and future. Don't say because we didn't do good with Brandon Pettigrew or Ebron, we're not gonna take this Hawkinson kid. This Hawkinson kid go to Green Bay and light you up for a lifetime or for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Gronk had a back injury. That's what kept Gronk, but don't matter. He still wasn't the first. Jimmy Graham still wasn't the first. Antonio Gates still wasn't the first. Shannon Sharp still wasn't the first. These are just facts. You got some guys in there. Jeremy Shockey was the first. Tony Gonzalez was the first. I think Kellen Winslow Sr. Let me see what ground he got drafted. That's a good one because he was one of the greatest tight ends before a lot of these dudes walked around. Let me see what round Kellen Winslow Sr. went in. Hall of Famer. Yep, he was the first round number 13 pick as well, like Tony Gonzalez. So you got some in there. But if you feel strong about Hawkinson, you feel strong about him, take him. Don't move back behind Green Bay and Green Bay take him and you get mad. It's the problem. But for me, it's just so many great defensive players in this draft that I'm at number 8, and what if Quentin Williams fall to me? What if Josh Allen fall to me? What if Rashad Gary there? What if Colin Farrell is there? What if Montez Sweat is there? I don't know if it's a heart issue. I heard about a heart issue is going to really affect him. That's what you asking yourself, man. Is you in a position where you take a tight end again and then you miss out on the Aaron Donald? You miss out on the Odell Beckham Jr. type of impact player? You got to ask yourself. But then again, this is Bob Quinn ass who on the line. It ain't my ass on the line. I don't have a job in the Lions organization. It's his ass on the line. And you look at it, you got to sit there, stand on your power, and take who you feel. So I'm not knocking him. Do what you do. If you feel that he good, we gonna ride with you. Because regardless of who you pick, Lions fans gonna rationalize what he do and try to make it seem like he the greatest pick of all time. What should I tell you? Pissed about the Ebron pick. A week later, Ebron's a great pick, and whoop-de-whoop, and Ebron's gonna be a factor in the middle of the field, and whoop, 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 whoop. I've seen it before. I just take the wait and see approach. I'm not gonna judge him for taking Hawkinson or nothing like that. We'll see what he does. But you do got problems in the second level. All your linebackers to me are suspect. Christian Jones, Jarrad Davis, Devin Kennard. You could build the greatest D-line of all time. It can make the job easier for the linebacker. But if Jarrad Davis can't cover, he can't tackle, you're going to get exposed all day. You're going to get exposed all day. I don't care how you try to twist it. If you don't have impact or playmakers at the linebacker level, you're gonna get exposed. You know, maybe sit there and take White, move back and take Bush, then take Irv in a second. You know, but obviously they want to continue to get Matthew Stafford help. You know, as much help as Matthew Stafford had over his career, it don't fucking matter. And I keep telling people that it don't fucking matter about how much help he got. He is what he is. You want to put a tight end on him. You want to give him all these receivers over the years he had. People want to cry and said he never had a running game. It's cool. I know plenty of bunch of other quarterbacks that if Stafford took their place, they wouldn't have had a running game neither. Peyton Manning helped Edgerrin James to be great. Marshall Faulk helped him to be great, but his vision, his ability to pass the ball, opened up lanes for Joseph Addai, Edgerrin James. Andrew Luck made it to the AFC Championship game with no running game, no 1,000-yard rusher. He's just that fucking good. Aaron Rodgers don't have a hell of a running game year in and year out. He make his running back better. Don't forget that. His ability to be mobile, make plays around the field. James Stark, I don't even think he was on the fucking roster at one point. The year they won the Super Bowl, he was running through Atlanta. It was because of Aaron Rodgers. You think why Tom Brady running backs leave and don't be shit? You know? Look at Deion Lewis. He didn't do a goddamn thing in the Tennessee Titans. You know? They just so happen to be good in New England. You take Burkhead, where else he been good at? You know? That's just what I'm saying. He said, Sean Jones said, why they keep signing all these small receivers like they don't got power, right? Waste the money unless it's for camp competition. It's competition, obviously. And then again, Damian Amendola is he don't stay healthy. There's nothing wrong with small receivers, though. Everybody enamored with the big receiver in Detroit because of Calvin Johnson, but they don't last. Big receivers don't last. Smaller receivers, like the Hines Wards, the Steve Smiths of the world, they last. Those receivers 5'9", 5'10", 5'11", they last. Those big body 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" receivers, they don't last because it's got a ton of body to hit. Antonio Brown size, they last. Julio Jones constantly broken down. So the size of the receiver really don't matter. Bigger the receiver is, the harder to get out of breaks, the harder to run smooth and precise routes. You just lucky when you fuck around and get a AJ Green, a Julio Jones, a Calvin Johnson. But every Julio, Calvin, and AJ, it's probably 3 tall receivers that didn't make it in the NFL. It's hard to be a taller receiver. You take such a beating. George Morgan said the problem with most tight ends in college, they aren't actually do the same thing, so it's hard to judge how they are. He said, or has inline tight end, most play on the line. Yeah. Mike Williams was a big receiver. Charles Rogers was a big receiver. Yeah, we know the Charles Rogers story and the Mike Williams story. So, like I said before, they're going to continue to throw more assets at Stafford. We'll see what happens. It don't matter if he got a 1,000-yard rush. People going to still make something else up. Well, he didn't have a Calvin Johnson. He didn't have this and that. Russell Wilson ain't got they had the best shit right now. He's still making the playoffs, making it happen. You know? Who else you got up out of there? Cam Newton, when he made the Super Bowl run, he didn't have the best thing. His best receiver, I remember, was like Jericho Cotchery and Ted Ginn, maybe. Jonathan Stewart was the name I was looking for. Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams might have been his backfield. But it was before Ed McCaffrey's son got there, Christian McCaffrey. People forget that. He didn't have the best supporting cast around him. Cam Newton made his running backs better. Russell Wilson make his running backs and receivers look better than what they are. Who has Matthew Stafford sat there and made better? No fucking body. Nobody. He's not made a fucking soul better. He's just been sitting here getting a free pass because it ain't been perfect. It ain't never been perfect for no Detroit Lions player since the Forest took over. So once again, we're going to throw everything at him again. It's going to be an excuse next season if it don't go right. It ain't never going to be Stafford for 10 years. It ain't never been Stafford's fault. He ain't did shit wrong. And people gonna realize it next year. And they say, okay, this Stafford, this is the year. Oh, you know what? He only had 1 year in Daryl Bevel. I already know what the excuse gonna be, man. I really like them to go out on the limb and get Devin Bush. Probably not. Even though we all know they gonna go O-line or trade down. I said O-line or tight end. I said it. I said probably O-line in the first, tight end in the second, or it's gonna be reversed. It looked like it's gonna be tight end. Because in the rumors said they trying to trade down to 14 to get a tight end. And I'm not mad at it. Hey man, go out how you go out on your power. Go out how you want to go out. Because what I've seen from the tight end position from the Lions, they don't know how to utilize the tight end. You see New England, they split Gronk out wide, get matchups and man, or when they single high to get matchups with him, they'll put him on a little out and slant and get matchups with him. They put him, post in the work him in the post route, not a post route, but a seam route down the middle. Get matchups in the zone. They put them in a post in between the linebacker and the safeties in zone. They take advantage of their matchups. All the Lions do is just drag, crossing route, dig route, not even dig route, but in route, maybe an out route, maybe a flat, maybe a roll to the flat, quarterback roll to the flat, and they don't have no creativity with their linebackers. When the last time you see them put Ebron on the outside and man-to-man coverage and get a matchup? Never. 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 Indianapolis was putting Ebron in the slot, wheeling him out on the outside, getting matchups. They use Ebron's speed and using his advantage to catch and win 50-50 balls down that field. Is Daryl Bevel a tight end savant? I don't think so. When they won the Super Bowl, it wasn't because of his tight end savant play. No, they had some good plays down the field, but it was Marshawn Lynch, and it was all about homeboy Russell Wilson making plays. With Brett Favre, it was all about Brett Favre slinging that thing. And Adrian Peterson. It was about Sidney Rice, Greg Jennings, I believe was there at the probably the next year he came. But it was all about that. Greedy Williams, I'm not a fan of. I'm not opposed to it. He's just too small. He don't tackle. So that would give you to your starting cornerback and Justin Coleman, your nickel, who could be your starter. That's two guys that'll be one of the worst two of the worst tackling DBs in Pro Football Focus. On top of that, you got Jared Davis, who's one of the worst tackling linebackers that I've seen. So you got three guys out there that can't tackle. If you want a nickel, Greedy Williams, 180 pounds. You got to put weight on him. Even though we all know they going, okay, I want that one. He said they think they learned from drafting Ebron so hard. They don't reach consistently for anything but offensive linemen. That could be true. That could be true. Maybe Barry reevaluated his life after game. Yeah, he could. He could have got together and did some things with the tight end position and stuff of that nature. But I really think the Lions be drafting tight ends to block. Other than Ebron, they drafted Pettigrew to be a blocker. Sorry, my back be fucking up. They drafted Pettigrew to be a blocker. Real talk. He came in to block and all of this, and then they just don't utilize the tight end like New England do, or how New Orleans utilized Jimmy Graham when he was there. The Lions kind of remind me utilizing tight end like the LA Rams utilized it this year every now and again. I don't think they utilize the tight end enough where they feature him. Feature him, really look for matchups. It's funny, all the great things that New England do, we don't fucking do that shit here. Excuse my language. We don't do all the great things that New England do. We didn't have two really good backup quarterbacks like Brissett and Jimmy Garoppolo. We don't feature our tight ends. From week to week, offensively, we don't change our offensive game plan to really help us and benefit us from week to week. All the things that make New England good, yeah, they have really good defenses, but it really started with Tom Brady, number 12. He said the newest cornerback sign is very physical, big for Rashad Melvin. My whole point, if he really good, why ain't nobody else want him? That's why I be looking at things. If he that good, why was out there for a 1-year deal? That's how I just look at it. For me, Rashad Melvin is just another Nevin, another DJ Hayden. You know, we swapped cornerbacks with the fucking Raiders. They took Nevin Lawson for $3 million or 3.5, and we took Rashad Melvin for 3 or 3.5. It was one of them. I'm not saying he can't play. I'm just saying if he's so good, I mean, same questions. They don't value that number 2 cornerback. They don't value a cornerback spot at all in Detroit. You had to probably put a pistol to their head. You probably had to put a pistol to Martin Mayhew head to draft Darius Slay in the second. You know, you probably had to put a pistol to their head. You had to put a pistol to his head. That motherfucker was a DB in this league. This dude was a DB in the league, but don't believe on taking DBs in the first, second round. Bill Bentley, Alex Carter. I don't know where the fuck they got Aaron Berry from. He didn't believe on drafting DBs. He don't believe on drafting DBs. Don't believe it. And for him, that's his prerogative. He didn't put a high rating on it. So, like I said before, and Bob Quinn making the same mistake, possibly with a tight end. You're making the same mistake. Slay was a second round draft pick, bro. But you're making the same mistake with I'm not saying the tight end position, you're making the same mistake, but you're making a similar mistake where fans gonna have trauma, be like, oh, we've seen this with Ebron, we've seen it with Pettigrew. Not saying that Hawkinson not a good player, but you possibly could see that again with I was just talking about the shit. I lost my track. But with the tight end position, with the cornerback position, excuse me. You see that with the cornerback position. The same thing with the cornerback position. They don't value the cornerback position until we get in the season and motherfuckers get smoked out there. Because you're looking at it as what you got is out there is Justin Coleman. They say he can play the number 2 spot or the number 3 or the nickel, excuse me. You got Mike Ford out, still Mike Ford. They still believe in Tease Tabor, Rashad Melvin. They got Marcus Cooper. They still got Agnew, who probably just going to be a return man and spell the nickelback position. So if you look at those positions, obviously they're not going to carry 6 cornerbacks into the regular season or preseason or regular season. So Cooper, a good special teams player. So really, it's going to really boil down to who performed the best. Who performed the best. So when I look like who performed the best, like I like Coleman, and I looked at a little bit. I like him. He can't tackle though, but I like him. I like Mike Ford a lot. I think Mike Ford is good. I think with a camp with him being with the league, my favorite to win that spot probably be Mike Ford. And I don't know a lot about Rashad Melvin. I know Tease Tabor working with Chad Johnson. He just don't have enough speed. He got to transition to safety. So like I said, I'm not against TJ Hawkinson, but guess what? If you're gonna spend a number 8 pick, or you're gonna spend a first round pick, top 15 pick, if they move back with the Falcons, if you're going to do all that, you gotta feature him. You gotta feature him. And the Lions never tried to feature Pettigrew. They never tried to feature what Eric Ebron did using his ability to stretch the field. That's just my whole thing. I don't know who they're gonna pick. I predicted the O-line and tight end in the second, but I think it sounds like it might be a tight end in the second. A lot of guys like Irv Smith from Alabama, he really can fly. OJ Howard from last year really can fly. I didn't know OJ Howard was that good, but it was hell of a good. So I like Hawkinson. I like Fant. So we see what they do. At the end of the day, this is his job. Bob Quinn is he's gonna get fired or he gonna bring some to the Detroit Lions. Either they gonna get fired or he gonna prosper. But at the end of the day, I would favor Mike Ford to win that. What's up, Corey? I see you. I favor Corey. I said Corey. I favor Mike Ford. I think he's gonna be that much better. I don't know him personally. I don't know if he had popping bottles. You know, I don't know if he out here celebrating or if he out there working. He should win that spot. Unless they give it to Justin Coleman. You know, then I don't think they want to do the Agnew thing in the nickel. I don't believe they want to do that. I don't believe they want to do that. But hey, I'll talk about some receiver before I log off. I ain't gonna stay on long today. A lot of people like DK Metcalf. Amazing athlete, but shitty football player. He's a project. He's a project. Can't get in. Don't run routes real good. Everybody looking at the long speed. He don't have a good. He had one of the worst agilities there, and that's one of the good assets about being a good route runner is having the ability to come in and out of breaks. And already taller receivers already having the ability to get in and out of breaks. That's it. You know, he can't run routes yet. He's not ready to go out there and start yet. And those guys that have those fast twitch muscles and those track like speed usually have hamstring and soft tissue muscles. Drop rate high. Stafford throw the ball 1,000 miles an hour. It's a recipe for hell. A recipe for hell. You gotta learn how to run routes. You at least gotta learn how to run the comeback. If you learn how to run the comeback, they play 9-10 yards off, put your foot in the ground, come back to the sideline. At least gotta learn how to run a back shoulder. Period. You know, just because he can outrun coverage, don't mean he gonna catch the ball every time. Period. I forgot about Tommy Lee. Don't mean he gonna catch the ball. I mean DK Metcalf gonna catch the ball. So at the end of the day, you're looking at the athletic standpoint, but you're not looking at the important numbers. Agility numbers suck. Drop rates suck. Can't run routes. So I mean, what you think he about to come in and be Randy Moss? He ain't Randy Moss. He ain't got Randy Moss hands. He ain't got Randy Moss speed. He ain't got Randy Moss ability. Period. So he ain't gonna be fucking Randy Moss. Tell you that right now. But if he want to be successful in this league, he gotta learn to run at least 2 routes. The back shoulder, you gotta be able to get that down pack. Well, that's not really a route. But you gotta be able to run that comeback route and that 9, and he can run a 9. He probably gonna need to run the post route too. But if he gonna be a post route, double move, post corner, comeback receiver, he gonna be limited. Because what if you can't go across the middle and catch the ball and hold on to it? Because he got drop rate issues. You know, you got to feature him in screens. You know, so it's ways to, you know, you got to treat him like Deshaun Jackson. You know, you got to treat him like a smarter receiver. A lot of people apparently don't like Marquise Goodwin. I mean, not Marquise Goodwin, but Marquise Brown, Antonio Brown, little brother. I'm a cousin. He 5'9", 166 pounds, but Joker can flat out play. You know, people say they look at his height. I ain't worried about height. I was the last thing I'm worried about, some fucking height. You know. You know. I ain't worried about no height. I'm worried about somebody that can play football, and Marquise Goodwin can get down the field. I keep calling him Goodwin. Marquise Brown. He can get down the field. He ain't gonna win no 50-50 balls. But you know what? You can stack him. You know, you can stack him and put him on a wheel route. You can put him in motion. He can play outside. He can play inside. He got game-breaking speed. Yeah, he got to build his weight up a little bit. You know, I'm looking for him to be there in a second. Some people got him going high in the first, but he didn't do the combine, had a foot injury. He ain't that big. He ain't that strong yet. But if you can get him in a second, if you pick up another second from Atlanta, get him. He's better than anybody else you got outside of Jones and Galladay, in my opinion. I feel like Danny Amendola is a more polished receiver with his route running, but it's just a matter of time before he get injured. Just a matter of time. He gonna get injured. It's just gonna happen. But Marquise Brown, the animal, man. People sleeping on him. They look at Metcalf, the guy from Arizona State. They're looking at the other kid, Hakeem Butler. All they 6'6". I mean, for every 6'6", 6'5" receiver that worked, Jones, I think AJ 6'3". You know, Calvin was up there, 6'5". For all the receivers that's up there, 6'3" and above, it's plenty of them that don't work. Denario Alexander got broke up. The kid from Missouri, I forget his name, was a kid from Missouri. He went to Oklahoma and went to Missouri. He ain't working the league. There's a ton of tall receivers that don't work in the league. Oh man, plenty of people don't like Marquise Brown. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't like him because they like the 6'6", the 6'5" receiver. And when you deal with the 6'6", 6'5" receiver, it's hard for them to get in and out of breaks, and it's hard for them to last in the league. It's so much body to hit. It's so much body to hit from. That's why Calvin was getting fucked up. AJ Green stay injured. Julio stay injured. There's nothing wrong with the 5'9", the 5'11" receiver. Hines Ward was good, former quarterback. You know, Steve Smith was pretty good. Antonio Brown somewhere 5'10", 5'10 and a half was pretty good. Ain't nothing wrong with smaller receivers at all. Nothing wrong with them. You know, but I like Brandon Powell. I like Danny Amendola. I don't really know too shit about Tommy Lee. I don't know too much about him. He went to play for the Saints. But I like what they're doing in the slot. Regardless if homeboy lose, I don't care. If Brandon Powell lose to Amendola, it don't fucking matter. Amendola is just a matter of time before he get hurt. Head injury, whatever he's dealing with, it's just a matter of time. You know, so for me, I don't think receiver is a big factor in this draft. You know, I'll be surprised they took a receiver in the first 4 or 5 rounds. 4 rounds to be safe. And a big factor. Because what they plan to do is run that rock this year. They want to run the rock. You know, you want to run the rock with Kerryon, Zenner, whoever else they bring in. They want to run that rock. That's why TJ Hawkinson is important, because he can block. They really want to run that boy 20 times a game, at least. And then Stafford do play action and drop back when he need to. Like I said before, I don't hear no excuses this year. Oh, well, Stafford, he didn't get used to Darrell Bevel. I already told y'all. The book is already out on Stafford. Said it again, now say it again. Motherfucker ain't that good. He ain't good at all. You know what? He a good bus driver. You know what I'm saying? He a good Dakota Prescott. He a good bus driver. You know, he can drive the DOT. He can drive the smart, ABC transportation for the kids. He's a school bus driver, transportation driver. You need to get to the doctor. He a good driver. He can drive the bus. You know, but for 10 years, for a motherfucker not to get it done, for 10 years not to get it, I ain't never seen that shit. If I'm not on my P's and Q's for 10 years, you think my girl gonna stay with me? Fuck no. Hell no. But that's part of that fucking white privilege that he getting. And I said, I don't give a shit when nobody feel bad about it. It's white privilege. Had he been a black quarterback, motherfucker would have been out here in 5 years. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Anybody still believing that Stafford is cuckoo. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know, and if I'm wrong, next year he come and do good with Bevel, salute. I'll come back and say I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm fucking right. Dude ain't that good. They gonna put all this shit around him again. Oh, Hawkinson was trash and Kerryon was this, and see Stafford ain't got nothing to work with. All right. That's what this shit gonna be. Like I said before I get off, Russell Wilson had plenty to work with. He ain't had that much to work with. Did he? This year, he still made the playoffs. Didn't have a ton to work with. Still can't afford to whoop Stafford ass. Mike Davis. What's homeboy? Carson Jones. Rashad Penny. Doug Baldwin was hurt half the year. They got rid of his homeboy Paul Richardson. He was balling with Tyler Lockett. Nobody say nothing about Russell Wilson though. You don't hear Seahawks fans complaining. He got old ass Russell Okung protecting his blind side. But a whole bunch of draft offensive linemen and they threw together. Nobody hear nobody complaining for him. He in one of the worst situations, getting killed versus the Bears on Monday night or Sunday Night Football. Well, they got a good defense, and that defense wasn't that fucking good. It wasn't meant to be that good. But hey, Stafford had a top 2 defense. Let's not forget that. What'd he do with it? He couldn't even put one more touchdown and put them up 21-0 on the Dallas Cowboys. Number 2 overall defense. The Dominican Sula, I'll get fuck up out of here. We had a great defense this year, and old Stafford boy blundered it away. Well, Joe Lombardi, it's always throwing the blame on somebody else. Aaron Rodgers been with lame duck ass Jimmy Dean neck ass. What's his name? His old Mike McCarthy. He been balling despite Mike McCarthy. That's what 30 million or 100 million quarterback look like. That's what 100 million look like. You know what I'm saying? He look like Aaron Rodgers. He look like Russell Wilson. Look at Cam Newton. Best receiver on his team was Jericho Cotchery. He still took them to what? 14-2, 15-1, 15-1 Super Bowl. With Jericho Cotchery as your number two, probably your best receiver, and Ted Ginn, Jonathan Stewart as your running back. Come on, man. Andrew Luck took the Indianapolis Colts to the motherfucking AFC Championship game. He had no run game. He had no offensive line. He had Reggie Wayne and homeboy T.Y. Hilton. That's what we had. Well, they gonna continue to make. Why they gonna have an excuse for Stafford next year? Well, they said Stafford he chipped his clavicle bone and he just played through it. See, next year when he get used to Darrell Bevel offense, they're gonna take off. I'm telling you. Only in Detroit where they sit there and get his dude a pass. Same thing with Reggie Jackson. Same thing with Andre Drummond. Oh, Reggie Jackson, he coming along. Look at Reggie balling. Look at their ass. London Bridge is falling down. Now they about to miss the fucking playoffs. Oh, yeah. They're going to get it together, Lil Kennard. Lil Kennard is a good fucking player. We're going to show why he's better than Davon Mitchell. Bullshit. 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 That motherfucker play when he want to. I ain't paying you top 10 or whatever you got drafted money to play when you want to. Said the same thing. Detroit fans, sports fans are loyal to a fault. Or if they ain't loyal to a fault, they done picked another team and moved on. They either a Bear fan, a Packer fan, a Lambs fan. They somebody fan. Because despite the Detroit Lions, I'm going to say this, letting motherfuckers down their entire life. Despite the Detroit Lions being sorry as fuck since 1991. 91, 2001 to 91, that's 10 years. 11 make it 20 years. We're going on 30 fucking years since we won a playoff game. Despite that, these dudes still carry a Bible around and pray that the Lions do. Despite all that. Real talk. Real talk. They still, woo, woo, woo. And then everybody they optimistic by the time we eliminated by week 10 for the playoffs. Oh, we shouldn't tank and get high. I mean, I'm just tired of that shit, man. Tired of that shit. Either you're going to call it how it is or not. And I ain't giving Stafford no more passes. I done gave him plenty of passes enough. I said get rid of the motherfucker this year. I said it. If he do good next year, good on him. But if he don't win no playoff game next year, I ain't trying to hear it. Oh, it was the defense or the coach, and I ain't trying. You get the hit. Hey, man, I'm dealt the hand I'm dealt with. And in life, I got to play that hand. Ain't nobody feeling sorry for me. Matthew Stafford, when he signed his name on the dotted line, he got that $30 million. He been in Detroit quite a few times. He knew what he was dealing with. He knew what he was dealing with. He know ain't no expectations. All I got to do is pad my stats. I'll be the greatest quarterback in Lions history statistically. Real talk. People don't want to hear the truth. Y'all want to sit here and wait it out. And by the time y'all know the Stafford ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all going to be crying, kick him out the door. And like I said before, man, you don't go 10 years without winning, man, and get a pass, man. He wouldn't have got a pass from New York. At least Eli won 2 Super Bowls. He wouldn't have got a pass in LA. He wouldn't have got a pass with Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones been to shift his ass out of there, even if he's from Highland Park, Texas. He would have got the hell up out of there if you're not producing. Dakota Prescott be in this league for 3 years, and he already got a playoff win before Matthew Stafford got one. 3 years. Patrick Mahomes been in this league 2 years, and already got a playoff win before Matthew Stafford. You want to say, oh, you got this on the team and this on the team? Shit, Stafford got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years experience on Patrick Mahomes. This is first year starting. First year starting. What's the difference between Stafford and Jay Cutler? It ain't too much of a difference. It ain't too much of a difference between Stafford and Jay Cutler. Cutler got a playoff win. What Stafford got? Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Not one playoff win. Shit, Teddy Bridgewater, he got a playoff win? God damn. Tavares Jackson, I think, got a playoff win. Shout out to the ASU Hornets. Salute. Blake Bortles got a playoff win. God damn. Blake Bortles got a playoff win. Blake Bortles got a playoff win. Well, he had an elite defense in a running game. That's what they're gonna say. Shit, Stafford had a great defense versus the Dallas Cowboys a couple years ago. What they do? Waste it. Waste the fuck out of that team. And Dominican Sue said he crying. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Stafford, man, Calvin John say, hey, and Dominican Sue, I don't know what you gonna do, but I'm getting the fuck up. I'm retiring. I ain't about to stick around this Stafford shit. Get the fuck up out of here, man. I'm getting out of here. I'm about to go start selling weed in Detroit. I'm about to open me up a dispensary up. With all them fucking times Stafford threw it high and wide and got me fucked up. My leg hurting, my back hurting, my ass hurting. Pinched nerve from Harrison Smith. What's up, Sean? Salute. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Dominican Sue said, I'm right behind you. I ran a checkup on the Lions. They ain't want to pay me. I'm going to South Beach. Then I'm going to LA to get to a Super Bowl. Come on. You want to say, oh, he had a running game? I ain't about to, hey, that's the hand you dealt, bro. When you sign your line on a $27 million a year contract, that's the hand you dealt. Ain't no more excuses, because they wouldn't make excuses if he was a black quarterback. They wouldn't. Get his ass up out of here. He'd have been got the fuck up out of here, man. Get up out of here, man. Ain't nobody making no excuses. By Russell Wilson. He ain't got no O-line, no receivers, nothing. He made it to the playoffs. Oh, he got a running game. That's because that's Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson making quarterbacks better. Andrew Luck ain't had no running game in 2014. He ain't had no running game. He ain't had no running game in 2014. He took Trent Richardson's sorry ass there. He ain't had no running game at all. But you can't change my opinion. My opinion is my opinion. I don't have to go on your show to explain my opinion, and I won't. There goes Moby. That's another dick sucking ass nigga. That's what I heard. You just dick sucking. Just like everything, King. Dick sucking. Like, damn, what y'all worry about what I'm doing? I'm glad that you niggas is here to go back and relive this. Nigga, there goes my live. I don't care about this live, bro. I got more subs than you ever have. You sit there crying and shit. You ain't even from Detroit. Nigga, you ain't even from Detroit. Go talk about where the fuck you from. I'm glad you here. You've been dick sucking for a long time, little nigga. You come to Detroit and I'll smack the fuck out of you. On God now. On God now. You are here crying like a little bitch. Oh, they don't treat me fair. You know, I'm the hottest thing popping. Oh, I forgot about everything, King. Let me suck my daddy. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, little hoe ass nigga. Shut the fuck up. I'll beat the fuck out of you, nigga. I'll beat your motherfucking ass. Where you live at? I fly down there, nigga. Where you live at? Where you live at? All that shit you talking. You talking all that tough shit. You ain't come here and say that shit. You ain't email me personally and say that shit, did you? Sneak dissing and shit. I'm glad you here. I'm glad you here, nigga. Glad you here. Ain't even from Detroit. Like I said, you ain't even from Detroit, nigga. Oh, emotional ass nigga. Like I said, all that shit talking. Where you from, nigga? Oh, you from Ohio, nigga? You from Ohio, nigga? I come down to Ohio. Where you at? Toledo? Cleveland? I go to Cleveland quite often. You in Cincinnati? Should be a Cleveland Brown fan or Cincinnati Bengal fan, nigga. Like I said, nigga, fuck up out of here. Ohio imposter ass nigga. Fuck up out of here. These bum ass niggas worried about what the next nigga doing. Worry about what you doing on your channel, nigga. Worry about what you doing. Exactly. Yeah, you ain't gonna worry about what you doing, is you? No, I'm already done with football. I'm gonna handle this little hoe ass nigga. Cause I ain't say shit about this nigga, but he going around talking shit. Oh, you determine who hot, who not hot. Fuck up out of here. Fuck up out. Yeah, retarded. Yeah, nigga, I'm showing all your comments, nigga. I'm a real nigga, dog. All that shit he talking though. All that shit he talking though. Been talking shit for months, nigga. I've been ignoring you, nigga. I'm stepping on you, nigga. Fuck, what's wrong with you? Crying over who sub and not being part of their little group and shit, nigga. Get your money up. Get your weight up, nigga. Get your weight up, nigga. You crying because they won't let you on their live no more? You crying because they won't let you on your live no more? I'm glad he showed. I know he been sneak dissing, nigga. I know he been sneak dissing, nigga. That's why I got this nigga on the spot right now. I don't know who you is, nigga. More niggas know me than they know you, nigga. More niggas know how many subs this little nigga got, bro. Let's see how many subs this little nigga got. Let's see how many subs this nigga got. Let's see how many subs this little nigga got, bro. Let's see how many subs this little nigga got. This nigga got 247 subs, nigga. Nigga, I lap you almost 10 times, bro. I lap you almost 10 times, little nigga. Get the fuck up out of here. And got this nigga got his post drinking some motherfucking E&J. What you drinking some E&J on your shit, bro? This nigga's drinking some Erkin jerk. Oh, broke ass nigga. Oh, broke ass nigga drinking some Erkin jerk. Fuck up out of here. Fuck up out of here, nigga. You ain't even got 3,000 yet, nigga. This a play channel for me, little nigga. It's a play channel, nigga. I play with this channel, bro. You ain't got 3,000. You think you got an opinion? You ain't even got 3,000 people. You got an opinion? You got 3,000. You think you ain't got 3, bro. You ain't got 3,000, nigga. You drinking E&J and you celebrating what? 247 subs? You ain't even from Detroit. Go talk about Ohio State, nigga. Like I said before, all you hating ass niggas out there, dog. You hating on a nigga that don't even care about this shit, man. Like I said before, that little nigga, you better stop playing with me before you have an asthma attack. Before I take, you got dreads, nigga? I take your dreads and cut them motherfuckers off. Do say tastes like watered down Hennessy, nigga. Get your weight up. You probably still wearing Gucci. Little ass nigga, man. I'm done talking this football shit for the day, bro. I'll be back with one more video. So broke ass nigga, dog. Fuck up out of here. Nigga, get your money up, little nigga. For real, nigga. Before you come fuck with a big dog. For real. Little niggas always talking that shit, nigga. I only got 3,000 subs. And you talking shit. You ain't even got 3,000 subs, nigga. Fuck up out of here. Little nigga, dog. Niggas always hating, nigga. Always just sitting there. I'm hearing, oh, this dude hating on you, that dude hating on you. Guess what? I ain't never said shit about you, bro. When you come in my presence, guess what? I'm gonna eat through your dumb ass. All day, nigga. I'm gonna eat through your dumb ass, nigga. For real, nigga. Like I said, the only nigga I fuck with out of all them niggas, dog, the only nigga I fuck with for real is Detroit Sports World. That's the only nigga I fuck with. Cool nigga. I met that nigga in person, nigga. I stopped that nigga on the streets of the D. Somewhere you can't go, Moby. Somewhere you can't go, Moby. You can't go on the streets of Detroit. I stopped that nigga right by Dreecon and say, what's going on, bro? Real nigga, though. Cool nigga. Cool nigga. Cool as a motherfucker. But you can't go there. You can't go on the streets of Detroit. You been and got your stupid ass whooped, nigga. On God and them, nigga. You been and got your ass whooped, bro. So you stay in Ohio. You stay talking your shit in Ohio. You stay there. Because you come here and I catch your ass, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. On God and them, nigga. I'm going to beat your ass. And I promise you, nigga. You can ask some of these subs, nigga, they run into me, nigga. Right in Brightmoor, bro. Ain't hard to find. I'm right in Brightmoor. Bro. My killers, nigga. I ain't worried about your killers, nigga. I'm worried about you, nigga. I ain't worried about your killers, nigga. I ain't got to run against no man, nigga. I stand on my own. And that's the difference between me and you. You don't stand on your own. Nigga always trying to reference, oh, my cousin, my daddy, my uncle, my grandpa. Nigga, I ain't worried about none of them, nigga. I'm worried about you. Nigga. Take your old Ohio sweatshirt wearing ass on. Man, cut them dreads too, nigga. You embarrassing Detroit, nigga, wearing them bitches looking ugly as hell. We gone, bro.